We are live. This is Sue Greenwald with Awakened Stories here today with the real, the one, and the only dun dun da, John F. Kennedy Jr. Hey, John, how are you?
Every time you ask me, Sue, let's chat. It makes my whole day.
Awesome,
Uh,
awesome.
you sent me a message this morning. I was just waking up, and it's like I gotta go jump in the shower. And I gotta do this. So we're doing it. We're doing it.
Yeah. Well, okay. So just for the viewers' benefit, we have a bad connection today. There's a shocker for you, right? So on my end, John's freezing up and all that, and it's pixelated, it's slow, but we can still hear and see him. Okay, so we're gonna go with it. All right. So, what has been up with you, John?
um, it sucks getting old. It really does. Um, I'll be 65 here at the end of the month, but I can't do things as fast as I used to, and it hurts. It hurts my feelings. But we're getting ready to go to Dallas, and I got so much to do. But the things I could done when I was young in one day, it takes me a week. But we just keep piddling along and doing what we're doing, and we're gonna be ready.
That's going to be exciting. And you're going to be there for 2 days, next Saturday and Sunday, the 22nd and 23rd, right?
That's it. That's it. That's the plans. God willing, everything goes right. We're leaving to allow early to allow if something happens, we can still make it. But yeah, Dallas on the 22nd and 23rd, Daily Plaza. Um, we have over 3,000. We're working on 54,000 followers. I hope each and every one of you followers can be in Dallas.
Yeah.
I'm not only doing it to justice um, for all the injustice that they've done, but I'm going there to make a stand so everybody wakes up and realizes that if we don't do something, it's all about. It really is.
And this is the 62nd anniversary of your father's assassination.
Yeah, they assassinated my father on the 22nd, and they buried him on the 25th, which was my day. Um, the doll I have here with the salute, that was a photo op. Um, and I'm exposing photo ops and how they do things. We don't even have a president of the United States. We have
Right.
people running this country called the Secret Service, and they work with Hollywood and our CIA, and they do things just like the movies. They'll fake assassination attempt where actually people die. It's huge, but they do things for photo ops. They own the media, so they do things to get under your skin. Let's say I'm trying to wake the world up to, hey, that's how they do it, um, and exposed to what's being done.
Right.
I learned all this being the son of a president. I learned all this being hit out, not being able to speak because I was told I would be unalived. If I told anybody, they would be unalived. I've seen a lot of people unalived, and it's gotten so horrific in our government that we need to change it right away. We do,
Right.
most definitely.
Right. Right. So, for those that don't know the story, the quickest and easiest way to learn the story is to watch this documentary, The Quiet Journey.tv. It's in back of John. It's here. It's on his website, The Real John F. Kennedy Jr. Okay. Watch that documentary. It explains quite a bit. I mean, it's a very complex story. What happened to John in the past 62
And
years.
with that said, I would like to thank each and every one of you for your loves. A lot of people say I wrote the books just for the money. I'm doing this just for the money. It's not. I appreciate all the gifts people have sent me because it's made my life a hell of a lot better. I was living in
Right.
poverty. People have no idea how I was living. Uh, with what's been done to me. Um, so it's not about the money for the books, but my life has gotten better. And it, so I'm just saying a big thank you. The Quiet Journey was donated. This was made possible for donations. Um, the camera, the background, this was made possible. I couldn't have done it myself, but people donated to make this happen.
Right, right,
And it's very much appreciated. It really is. With that said, I've got a lot of letters and I haven't had time to say thank you. I get so busy, but thank you. You know, if you hear this now, I'm saying thank you. All love for everything you guys do.
right.
Um, Sue here taking the time out to share this story, knowing how important it is to get this truth out to the world. Um, you know, it's not like Soros is paying us to do this, like people say, or, Donald Trump's not sending us a check, or the Democratic Party's not sending us a check, because I'm exposing the whole crime ring of what they did to me. And it wasn't good what they did to me. Some of the things they had to do to protect me. People say, oh, you say you were in Vietnam. Yeah. You imagine being 9 years old and walking on dead bodies. It's horrific what I had to do to stay alive. All the assassination attempts. Um, God kept me alive so I could share this with you, so we could wake up, so we can change the things that are going on. Um, yeah, anyway, I love you guys.
Yeah, a lot of people don't understand how they could be so tricked, but look at almost every news story that we hear. Every major disaster has been orchestrated to build fear in the people, right?
Oh,
Just like the story of your father's assassination. All right, 62 years later, nobody can really decide what happened. Oh my God. Like, really, after
and they
62
still talk
years?
about it.
Yeah, I know.
They still talk about it all the time. They have video
Yeah,
chats of my father and trying to figure out what happened. Hey, come to my channel. I'll tell you all about it.
yeah,
It wasn't good, but it was a takeover of organized crime of our very own government.
yeah,
They played King of the Hill, and the Kennedy family lost. But I'm playing the King of the Hill now, and I'm climbing it pretty
yeah.
fast.
Trying to get the story out. So the most recent book is called Quest for Justice, also available on John's website, the real John F. Kennedy Jr.com. All right. So this is an overview of the entire story. All right. It gives like kind of an A to Z look at what happened to John in those years, those 62 years that he's been out of the public eye. What happened to him? Why doesn't he look like the guy in People magazine? Why don't you have a Boston accent? Why? It explains all of that and it just makes it easier, right?
And people
Yeah.
can figure it out. They can. This
Yeah.
on this book, the beautiful Sue Greenwald wrote this book from all our videos we did. I asked her to
Yeah.
do this, and she was so kind to do this. That is my father and my face
Yeah.
merged together
Yeah.
right on the cover.
Yeah. Isn't that
And
cool? Oops.
and
It's a little
I'm too
bit.
tired. I'm too tired to be writing thank you cards and sending out bumper stickers, sending out books. And there's so much. So the proceeds for this are going to a healing center. Um, I pray for it all the time, so we can have an office, so we can have a home base, so all these other victims can come and share their story, so we can live stream from the John Kennedy Healing Center, so we can get people in there mailing out things like, "Hey, let's fight our government till the death of us." That's what I'm
Right.
doing.
Right. Right. So, one really super interesting and exciting thing is the Dallas trip coming up next weekend, the 22nd and 23rd of November. 62 years of John F. Kennedy Sr. being gone. All right, so John's going to go to the site. He will be mingling and talking with people about his story. There will be books to purchase, although it's easier if you get them in advance, just saying. And Shannon Sheridan goes down every week and puts out
She'll be
all
there tomorrow.
photos.
Bless her heart.
Yeah.
She's
She's
got, I think tomorrow will be the 30 first time that that's 31 weeks Shannon has been there.
that's a huge
Sharon
commitment. Yeah,
about kidnapping, replacement, stuff like that. What they
yeah,
do, what organized crime does is they will unalive someone or make someone disappear and they will steal their identity. And then they have the billions. It's easier for them to do that than rob a bank. And they make more money off of it. That's what the whole assassination of JFK, my father, was. Um, they went to the top and they unalived him. He was at the top. He was the president. So they unalived him. And then they started working down the ladder, just like the mafia would do, because it was the mafia. They take out the little guys, they buy off the little guys, they pay off the little guys to work for them. And that's what has formed our government over the last 62 years is all these payoffs
right.
and all these unalivements of people to steal what they want. And that's what they do. And they did that to my mother and my sister. And there's a lot of people that bring up a lot of good things, a lot of information. My sister, Martha Moxley, okay, it's right in your face. My sister, Caroline Kennedy, was unalive, and they just simply switched the two little girls. Our Secret Service that run things did that. You can compare Caroline's ears to Martha Moxley's ears. It's 100% match, people. And they did that right in front. They went to court and made it all over the media for years. Richard Skakel, Secret Service did that. Why? Because they wanted to replace their family members in place. It's called blood in and blood out. So they get rid of Caroline, they put in a new Caroline, so Caroline can fund the mafia from then on. They did that with my mother. They killed the former First Lady, Jackie Kennedy. They unalived her. They replaced her. Why? Because they had her marry a billionaire. So then you got the Kennedy billions, you got the Onassis billions, and now you got a fake Jackie. And now you just became billionaires,
Right,
people.
right,
It's
right.
easier to do that than rob a freaking bank.
Yeah,
It's easier to do that than rob Fort Knox. It is. And they make billions and they keep doing it.
yeah. Once you've explained that to us, which you've done in the past year over and over and over and over,
I think a
how and
thousand million
why,
times.
yeah, how and why they replace people. Like it's a lot of effort to replace a person, but it's worth it if you get millions and billions of dollars, control of their assets, their power and control over the people, whatever their influence, whatever it might be, which is why they do it. It's very, of course, the average person doesn't think about it like that, right? They just say, oh, it looks like so and so has either gained weight, lost weight, their eyes look a little different, their music is different, whatever it might be. There's a
And
difference,
usually
right?
family members aren't that close. It's very rare you have a family member where you hug them each day and kiss them each day and you're right up to their face each day. Most family members live in other states, other cities. You see each other maybe at Christmas, sometimes not even for 2 or 3 years. You don't see these people.
Yeah.
So you don't know your own loved ones were unalive. And then they put people in there. So, you know, 5 years later, you meet somebody you say was your brother, and you're like, my brother looks a little different,
Yeah. Yeah. And
but they
it's
get away with it. It's
hard to
it's,
be sure. Yeah.
it's the most power, and what people really need to realize, it's the most powerful crime ring in the world. They got dentists, they got plastic surgeons. They're huge. They have billions of dollars at their disposal, and guess what? They stole those billions of dollars, so it's like they can wipe their ass with stolen murder money. It's
Yeah.
huge.
Yeah.
Um, and they do it all the time. If you want to life a billionaire, they got all these assets, all this property. It's like, oh, here, you do this and just shut up. You do that, and shut up. Take the bribe, take the money, and if they don't, they unalive them. It ain't no
Yeah.
big deal.
Yeah.
They police themselves.
Yeah. Yep. Agreed. So, what one thing I wanted to say that we're making progress here, right? We're getting viewers. There's more and more people that know about this story. Like I said, we need to get this story out. We are getting the story out. We are not stopping. The story is coming out to the mainstream. Yay. But
Uh,
I feel like this event that you're going to be attending, this next weekend in Dallas is going to be huge. And I wanted to show the viewers something that was on in the Dallas Morning News. And I have it on my phone. Sorry if you can't see it clearly. Okay, let's see. Sorry, it's not clear. But at the top, it says the Dallas Morning News right there. It shows John's first book, Stolen Identity. That's a picture of him on there. Sorry about the clarity, but they actually have promoted this in a way. They've shown the book out there for people to read and to make their own minds up. So you might be getting a nice crowd from this. But it also
Yeah,
puts the
that's so wonderful.
documentary down here. The watch the documentary, the quiet journey.tv right there. Exciting, exciting that this is out there, right?
And that will also send you to the link of our website,
Yep.
the real John F. Kennedy JR.com, where you can
Yep.
purchase the new book.
Yep.
Um, it means so much to, if you get that book, it shows your support. And it'll take you to the website where you can purchase a pendant. That's gas money.
Yep.
Um, we said we were doing this in faith, and I'm taking the truck. It's 1,200 miles at 10 miles a gallon. We already got the gas money to get there. So if you purchase a book or a pennant or whatever, it'll help us get back home. Um, rooms are already taken care of, and I made a video the other day. I said I'll take my gas jug and stand at the gas station if I have to, and it doesn't matter. Daddy will fix us up
Yep.
and
Yep.
make this happen.
Yep. Yep.
Because we're exposing such evil that it's well worth it. There's going to be there too, and he's going to have a prayer service. Uh, on the 22nd, there's going to be a moment of silence at Daily Plaza, by what I understand. Uh, he says my internet connection is unstable.
It's horrible.
Man, time to get a new internet service. With all the money we pay him. But anyway, Bill Messer, Facebook and YouTube, he has a church. I call it a church service every morning, where he preaches the gospel. He talks about healthy stuff for the body. But yeah, he's putting out a lot out of pocket to get there. Um, and he's going to have a little service, say a prayer for us, for our safety and all this.
Right.
That's up to him, I guess, what he prays for, but it's going to be awesome. It,
Yes.
it, it is. We can get the power of God working there for us, and that's unstoppable. It really is.
It's been my belief since I met you a couple years ago that you are on a mission. All right. You went through this horrible, horrific experience, torture, kidnapping, everything you've gone through, poverty, death threats and all of that. You've gone through all of that, but for a reason, because you have seen what happens. You're educating us and you're still here. You're going to be able to tell the world what happened to you. And they are going to be, first of all, shocked and appalled, but that's going to allow change. Do you know what I mean? People need to understand what's happening for them to fix it. So they're going to see what's happened and be shocked. But that's why you can't give up because there's a whole crowd of people waiting for you to break through and so they can come and tell their stories as well, right? They're not as courageous, they're not as persistent as you are, whatever, they're being censored, but you're here now breaking through for the entire world.
I'm just giving it a hell of a shot. I got distracted. I had a big old fly going like this. Man, I hate them things.
Yeah.
But yeah, Sue, I was educated in a different way. I never went to school. If it was a school day, I'd stay home and watch I Love Lucy and Leave It to Beaver and that kind of stuff. Cartoons, the usual.
Yeah.
I was taught on the streets. Um, at first, I was taught, in the White House, being my father being the president. So I learned the things about the Secret Service. I flew everywhere. Um, I traveled. I met everybody. Jackie wanted me to have an education, so I was taught, but not by things that people could learn in school. I was taught by Muhammad Ali and Marc Chagall and Pablo Picasso and many others, many famous people, Hollywood actors, Doris Day, Brian Keith. I was in that movie. I was actually passed around Hollywood, and I would usually stay a week with somebody in Hollywood that would teach me, babysit me, basically. I met so many Hollywood movie stars, Hollywood actors. The name that they stole from me was Richard Steele. That was my, yeah. And you people, before you send your hate, do a little research, look at the pictures. I was taught by the Hells Angels. Um, yeah, the president of the Hells Angels was protecting me, Sonny. Um, I was educated so much by so many people. It wasn't out of school. And I'm sharing how, in short, I was taught the best of best, whether we're evil, the best of being evil, and the best of being God. And they all taught me. I've seen many things. I've seen how they unalive people. I see how they build people up. I see how they'll make millionaires out of people,
Yeah.
and I see they'll unalive people for not taking those millions of dollars. And I'm just trying to share how the world really, really works.
Real.
Um, and how it works now is you're going to have no future. Straight up. If you have murderers and thieves and con men and deceivers running your lives, taxing you, and spending the money the way they want to fight these wars and obliterate countries so they can gain and make their secret society more powerful, it's a lose lose for us if we don't do something. So I'm trying to do something. And I think my story's out big enough right now. If they make a martyr of me,
That is not
it's a no
happening.
win for them. It's a no
That is,
win for them.
that is not
It's
happening.
not. I've been struggling for years and years to get this story out, and it's coming out. We're going to Dallas. We're going to wave our flags. Um, to you guys that can make this Dallas trip, I spent a few $100 on little poster boards. I got some sticks. I'm going to find a stapler here if I can find one, and we can staple these poster boards to these sticks. And I will give them to you to walk around Daily Plaza and say, "Hey, the real John Kennedy Jr. is alive."
Yep. Yep.
So let's make this happen because it's not just for me, but it's for your children. It's for you. It's for everybody. That hey, the government system ain't working. It ain't.
Yeah. For those that go and those that know the story, they can mingle with people that don't know the story. My assumption is that there'll be quite a few visitors to the museum. Well, of course, the museum is capitalizing on what happened at that spot.
Oh, you
Yeah.
imagine the millions of dollars that these people, these fake ass Kennedys, are making off of to this day?
Yeah. Yeah.
It was blood in and blood out.
Yeah.
So what they did was they removed all the Kennedys and they put their family members in there. And guess what? These lazy people are sitting on their ass, making millions of dollars off my murdered loved ones' possessions
Yes.
to this very
Yeah.
day.
Yeah.
And that's what they do. They love having us work for them. And that's
Right.
what's been happening my whole life.
Right.
Um, and it's happening to you as American citizens, as citizens in your country around the world. You're working your ass off, and they're cashing in on it.
Yeah. Yeah. There will be no justice when the criminals make the laws,
I
right?
don't know if there's any politicians in the Senate and Congress and everything that's not multimillionaires. I don't think it's possible. They're all paid off. Last time I looked, the average was about $33 million. I don't know how, and they have these parties like Trump parties where they pay $25,000 for to go to one of these parties to see a naked half naked woman spin around in a glass. $25,000. Um, if any of you have $25,000 in your bank account, I really doubt you're going to go to a Trump party with that money.
Yeah.
So it's all
Yeah.
about these billionaires and their club. They have millions of dollars. They're happy to give Donald Trump $25,000 to go to a party because it helps them. It's a
Right.
win-win. But
Right.
none of us get to go. This new ballroom, you guys ain't going to be able to go. Nobody's going to dance with you. Stop waving your flags like you think it's a good deal. It's a no win win. It's not. But hey, when I become president of the United States, we'll open up that ballroom to feed the hungry, to house the veterans. What do you think?
Yeah.
We'll let all the homeless veterans take turns to sleep in the White House so they can feel better about themselves.
Well, recently on Facebook, I've seen a lot of AI kind of ads, graphics, and videos, and they're all age progressing the imposter John Jr., okay? They age progress him so he looks like he's in the current time, and they put him next to, obviously an AI Trump, and they're sitting there together, and it looks like they're staging the public for the next election, which I think is quite interesting because I'm not sure that that's even going to happen, period. But they're going to put somebody out there pretending to be you so that they can grab the public's approval like that. Because everyone loved
Yeah.
your father, right? They're going to piggy bank off his goodwill. Horrible. So
Oh,
one,
they're still trying to do that. There's 20 fake accounts of me out there at
oh yeah,
least,
oh yeah.
and they're all asking for financial information. When you get an email from somebody that says, "Hey, what are you doing about your finance?" Just hang up the fucking phone, people. For real. But no, with
Well,
that said, Henry and these lions I got are really good at debunking these. They put these out of George Onassis age progression app, and Henry's like, here's the real photo of that they just,
yeah,
same clothes, everything just aged. Henry's really wonderful about that. But
yeah,
they put out things like AI people. Let's use this. Robin even did not my doll, but a picture of me when I was young, and she aged it. And I came up. She did the age progression app on me as a child, and it scared the hell out of me because it was me. No doubts, no ifs, ands, or buts. It was me. So use that technology, people, because Jacqueline Kennedy, my mom was murdered and replaced. My sister was Martha Moxley. Hello, use the age progression app. Grab Caroline Kennedy. I think she's in her 70s now, or close to it. De-age her, and you'll see a little girl that looks nothing like my sister Caroline. It's huge. We can use their technology against them, which is wonderful. So
right.
let's do it. Let's make a big of it. Let's get the truth out there.
Yeah, yeah. Now, one thing I want to say is when so the proceeds from this book, Quest for Justice, which is available on John's website, the proceeds go to John and he's saving it for the future, for his healing center. So John is going to create the John F. Kennedy Jr. Healing Center. He will have an office and a secretary there to help with. A secretary is not a great word anymore. It's kind of archaic. An assistant to help with emails,
Yeah,
letters, and all of that
we,
shipping.
we always got to change those words
Yeah,
around.
yeah. But basically this center is going to be where John will be speaking, meeting people, and of course there'll be probably workshops there. It's going to be great. So people behind you, other people that have trauma, that have been kidnapped, celebrities, children that are coming out, whatever it might be, they'll also come there and they'll get their stories out. So it's going to be
It'll be
quite interesting.
it'll be a great place for me to meet people.
It'll be a great
Um,
place for community.
I live in a trailer house. It's pretty small. People want to come see me. And it's like, well, let's go meet at a restaurant
Yeah,
somewhere.
yeah,
But at least this way we can say, hey, let's meet up. Let's do a live stream together. Let's do this together.
yeah,
Hopefully we can get a nice enough place so like people like Bill can show up and do a sermon. I know a lot of people that are extremely religious, and they'll be more than welcome to come preach however they want. There's so many religions and so many different people. The way I really, everybody's like a snowflake and has their own idea of what God
yeah,
really, really
yeah,
is.
yeah,
Um, it's not set in stone. I don't think, like I said, everybody's an individual, but I believe in God and the Almighty. King Smarty's got me saying, "Daddy."
yeah,
It's all the same up in
yeah,
my,
yeah,
the great big ball of fire up in the sky with so much
yeah.
energy, it'll burn your eye sockets out. But yeah, that's Daddy.
Well, I never finished what I wanted to say
Oh,
earlier. I
I'm
was,
sorry.
oh, did I interrupt? I'm sorry. We have such a bad connection here. I'm so sorry. Not trying to do
No,
that.
you go right
But
ahead, Sue.
one of
I,
the
I
things
was
I
just
wanted to say is is like you've endured this story of your life. You've gotten this far. You thought you were going to die, so you really persisted on getting the story out even more dramatically, which is why we're here now. It was your mission to do so. And the mission is not yet complete, but it's really close. So, does everybody feel that? You have, all right, even in one book, 28 near deaths, 28, and then six plane crashes.
Was there
Does
that many? I
anybody?
know I counted them, but yeah.
I did.
I don't know. I don't know. God just didn't want me dead.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's that simple. People say, "How did I was on the plane with John, which was George Onassis, his evil wife, and the sister. I don't know much about the sister, but I was in the back seat, and they knew the plane was going to crash. So what were they doing while they were saying, "Oh, we're going to crash the plane"? What were they doing? Arguing with each other, um, just like an old married couple. But they actually died arguing with each other. And while they were doing that, I was grabbing the life preserver, putting it on. I was telling the sister to do that also. I was preparing myself for the crash. There was a back seat behind, a front seat. I was in the back anyway. So
Yeah.
I got to cushion myself from the blow of the seat. Um, my skills they taught me in the Navy helped me survive, helped me survived in the ocean. Um, I already had the life preserver on. I was prepared. I've always tried to be prepared. Um, but why didn't Daddy take me that day? They were taking, and it's the power of mojo because George Onassis and his wife were taking me to that wedding because they had already prepared to have me killed at that wedding. You know, get married, take a life, and I would never be able to share this again. Well, the thing is, John was preparing to kill me, but Bill Clinton was preparing to kill him, and all of us at the same time. So we would never get this story out to you
Right.
that I can never
Right.
expose the people like Bill Clinton and all the other presidents of how they work. It's an organized crime ring. They unalive people to cover up their evil deeds. And it goes back to the Clinton Foundation, goes back to Walmart in every single town you live in. They are on the take of everything. But they were kind of pissed off at John for what he had done. John wanted to be the next mafia boss. Um, Him and his wife were greedy. They didn't mind killing people, like his own stepmother. They really didn't. Which was they all know they're fake people. They all
Yeah.
know the
Of course they
plan.
do.
They
They do.
all know the identity theft and their role, and they all know the codes of their satanic cult they belong to. You're not allowed to take lives of other members because you're all one family. And when you step over the bounds, you're working your way up the
Right.
king of the hill, take over. And that's what John did. He wanted to be the next John Gotti. And with that said, it's a small world, George Onassis men have stole my identity. They made him a DA. Um, he was friends with John Gotti Jr. Hello, he wanted to take over. So what do you do when you want to take over? You kick a mafia member like the Teflon Don to the curb, and then you climb the ladder. That's what was done. I believe that's what was done anyway. Um, I've seen that done, and he wanted millions of dollars, so he simply poisoned his mama. That's right. She even told me she was going to the doctor for stomach cancer, and she said, "I think I have stomach cancer because the children were poisoning me." It's an evil world, people. People will put poison in your dinner plate so they can inherit your millions and millions of dollars a little bit faster, and that's what was done. So God help this world. If there's so many greedy people that are willing to unalive, and I know my families were unalive. I still blame the government and the CIA. and their mind control, MK Ultra on my son's death. Um, yeah, I've seen a lot of pain in my life. A lot of loved ones not here anymore. Maybe this made me stronger, maybe not. I don't know. But I was always taught to run towards the fight. So that's why we'll see all at Daisley Plaza. Run towards the fight, not away from it. The 22nd and 23rd.
Right.
We'll be
Right.
there making our stand, trying to make mainstream media. And they don't want my story out. They don't want it out. And we're going to do
Right.
whatever we can to get it out.
Right. So kind of related but separate, I wanted to show the healing pendants that are on your website. So this is the small size, it's rainbow. Okay, you can see the colors, it's beautiful. It has a picture of your first book, Stolen Identity, with your face on it. And then, the title of the book on the back. It comes with a chain, and it is on John's website. The real, oh, now you can't see it very well. The real John F. Kennedy, jr.com. All right. And so a few people buy these, then you'll have gas money to get home. Little promotion there.
Yeah,
We
we got
want,
gas money to get there. Um, I was
yeah,
figuring out what gas would cost in my truck, 10 miles a gallon to go 1,200 miles. And a lot of beautiful people have sent contributions,
yep,
have bought the pendant, bought books, etc., sent me money in the mail.
yeah,
Um, it's wonderful. Thank you all for doing that.
right.
Um, Daddy's going to let it happen with your help and
It's gonna
with us
happen.
working together.
Yeah,
It's cool.
yeah,
Um, King Smarty, out of the kindness of his heart, donated those pendants. He spent thousands of dollars on those
yes,
pendants.
yep,
He said, John, I love you, brother. We're going to get your story out. He sent me all these pendants. He sent me the pendants and said, sell them and make your life better.
yeah.
To me, King Smarty is a wonderful, wonderful guy. And just a big shout out to the king.
Yeah. And one thing I didn't mention about the pendants, these are collector's items, and I'm sorry that they're not showing up better on the camera because it's several feet away. They're collector's items, yay, and they're beautiful and they're wearable, easy on, easy off. But they are infused with healing and protective frequencies. So, healing and protective from EMFs, various radiation, microwaves, all sorts of stuff, all sorts of healing, diseases, and all of that. Billions of different healing frequencies have been infused on these in these pendants. So as you wear them, you're going to either subtly or strongly notice differences. You're going to look better, you're going to feel better. It might take a year or so to notice, or it might be quite quickly. It really depends on you. So that is an added bonus to each pendant. They come in five different colors and two sizes. So they're beautiful. I love wearing these. I literally have worn a pendant for years. All right. And I don't take them off even when I swim or whatever. I wear them all the time and I love them. So that is a
I
way
was
you
looking
can,
for mine, but I just took a bath and I took it, so
yeah,
it's in the bathroom. But I love the design of it.
yeah,
It's a dog. It's in the shape of a dog tag.
yep, it's cool.
Um,
Yeah,
it,
yeah,
it helps me knowing I have something from love around my
yeah,
neck to help me through.
yeah,
Um, is like, I get a little stressed out. I'll grab it and say, this was given to me by, for love, and
yep,
we're getting it out. We're doing it, and it
yeah,
helps calm me down with my post traumatic stress disorder and
yeah,
all that. But
yeah,
it's huge, the mind screwing that somebody can have when these people do what they do.
right, right,
Um, Years ago, this was in the 80s. My son was just born, and they wanted me dead. They wanted anything Kennedy money to go to my son. So as soon as he was born, there was so many attempts on my life. It was freaking crazy. I was using my military teachings to keep me alive. I would go sleep in the field. I would go sleep under the trees. I would sleep on the top of a box van just to try to stay safe. I was working in the front yard and a bullet grazed my cheek. It really did. It was from a sniper. They tried to do the same thing that they did to my father to me. when this, like I said, this was in the 80s,
Yeah.
and that'll destroy you because you're wondering who was off 200 yards trying to take your life. You don't know. You try to figure out the puzzles, and it'll drive you crazy. It really will. You'll start thinking everybody at the grocery store, everybody that drives by is that person. It's crazy, and
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
just have to chill out and live with it.
Yeah.
But Daddy works it out. I believe in mojo, Sue. The
Yeah.
magic power of mojo.
Yeah.
What goes around comes around, and Daddy takes care of it. You
That's
know, these
right.
people that want to unalive me, and these haters that want to bring harm and just try to discredit me and hurt me, they don't even realize that Daddy has them on by the top of the head, and he's like, you don't want to do that. You know,
That's
that they're
true.
wondering why all these bad things happen to them, and this and that. Why, you know, why their bank accounts going down and why they're in. It's because they're fucking with the wrong people.
Right.
They're screwing with John, and he believes in Daddy. They're screwing with the lions that are backing John, and these people just, God
Yeah.
help them. I've seen
Yeah.
people die that come against me. I've actually seen somebody pull up and say, "I'm going to kill you, son of a bitch,"
Ooh.
and I'm later, the coroner's at their house, and I didn't have anything to do with it. It's just God magic. It's like Daddy says, "I'm going to keep you safe. Son of a bitch ain't ever going to kill you. We'll put him off in the corner van before anything happens to you, John." And I've seen it. I really have.
Wow. And that's not in the book. Wow. Wow. Right? Like the stories that you've told us through the years are so interesting. Not only that, I've learned so much more. And now I can look at somebody and like I can discern immediately fake, replace. I got their whole story. You know what I mean? Like I understand it so much more now than I did a couple years ago when we first started talking. It's crazy. And it's real and it's out there and you're not the only one. That's why it's so important to get your story out and then allow the people behind you to come forward as well. You'll be doing all sorts of talks and when you talk about healing center, part of it is getting the story out there, right? To have people hear what you're trying to say and believe you and support you, right? A couple years ago, you probably didn't have this level of support.
Oh,
Now
not at
you
all.
do. Now you
I had
do.
a. I was going to food stamps. Thank God it was there so I could eat. I never was for food stamps my whole entire life until I couldn't do anything. I was crawling on the ground just trying to get from my trailer to my car. What they did to me and how bad my health was in. And I couldn't work. And, when you can't work and you're crawling around and yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
So, before that, I was standing in a line. I worked all day. I was standing in line with enough money where I could buy some bologna and bread. And the people in front of me had food stamps buying steak and lobster. And I wasn't for food stamps. I seen the abuse of the food stamp program right then and there. Why am I working my ass off eating bologna while these
Yeah.
people are laying around,
Yeah.
having all these good? So yeah, but when you really need them, you need them.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
I've seen videos of these mothers, they've got the fake hair, the fake nails, the fake lashes, and they're talking about how much food stamp money they get and they're going on vacation and this and that, which is shocking and definitely, if that's true, a great abuse of the system. But I am really concerned about, especially the older people, or you know what I mean? Like they've worked their whole lives, they have no money. Like the food stamp program is really helpful for many of them and others. I mean, they're ones that really need it. It really is necessary. And look what they've done with us the past month and a half. They've messed with that program. They've taken people's food away from them, right? In this case. But yet we have billions to give to other countries for their weapons and things,
yeah,
right?
we need to shut off
Yeah.
those billions real quick.
Yeah.
Because we're turning. If we're not a third world country already, we're a regime.
Yeah. Yeah.
We need to totally cut off all these other sources of our income. I mean, that's our money we're
Yeah.
giving away. We
Yeah.
can't give away no money. We don't have money to give away. We just keep using the credit card and saying, hey, every child that's born in this country owes 75,000 bucks. They'll pay for it under our system. No, we got to stop that shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, what I was saying earlier is I was on food stamps. They gave me a free phone. I didn't even have a phone to call people, but the government program to give me a free phone. So I was actually on Facebook trying to say, hey, I'm the real John Kennedy Jr. I'm on my food stamp phone here. And I was like, okay, now I got to record my story for the future. I I haven't been able to write. I was tortured not to write something down, not to be able to spell. Sometimes spelling cat and dog, I can't. It's not mine. And it's really weird because they tortured me not to spell, but I can read some of the hardest words in the world. You can give me a dictionary and I can read it and tell you what all this means. But if I try to write cat or dog, it doesn't work. So I was saying I'm gonna write. I mean, not write, but I'm gonna talk into my phone and share my stories of my life. And maybe someday, even if I'm dead, that they'll be there. And I had one or two views on Facebook, so I knew I was hindered. I think I was like, okay, I'm not even gonna waste my time anymore until I figure out, who's hacking Facebook. Did I get a different server? Because when you're sitting there making videos day after day, and your story is the biggest one of the century, and you
Right.
have one or two viewers, and they're probably the FBI or our Secret Service viewing it, it was crazy. So I think I even stopped for about a year.
Yeah.
Um, but now I'm doing really good on Facebook. I hope all the numbers aren't jiving and I'm being deceived. I still got a bunch of wonderful, wonderful lions that are helping me share the story, but we're doing it. That's the main thing. We're doing it, and we need to go old school. Old school is Dallas on the 22nd.
Yep.
Um,
Yep.
I know a lot of people don't have the funds to get there. I really wish you did. I know a lot of people just can't make it, which is cool.
Right.
But the ones that can be there and
Right.
shout out, hey, John Kennedy Jr. is alive, and this is what they did. Let's make world news. Call the news media, call the newspapers, call all the Dallas channels. Let's see some people show up, even if
Right.
they say, hey, this guy's a fake, a fraud. Let's see what they say. At least it'll be getting the story out.
Awesome. Awesome. It is going to be such an exciting event, a monumentous occasion. Serious. Like, how many people would not want to be there if they could? So, for those that are able to get there, please go and support John. Go and tell the new people the story. Share the documentary, The Quiet Journey TV. Share that. Ask them to watch it. Share the book, Quest for Justice, which tells the whole story of what happened to John. Like a lot of people. All right, so this fake John that is going to supposedly appear with Trump whenever it is, I'd like to hear what he has to say about why he's been out of the public eye for 62 years. No attempts made to come out and tell his story whatsoever, but all of a sudden, shockingly going to run for president? I don't think so. Or vice president in this case. Sorry. So I
Yeah,
don't
I
think
don't take
so.
back seat to nobody myself. I wouldn't
Yeah.
take back seat for
Yeah.
nothing.
Yeah.
I was taught to lead. I was trained to lead, and these people just murder their way into
Yeah.
the leadership.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's no way, you know,
Yeah. Yeah. So
I
for
would. I'm not taking. I'm not, and I know too. We're not talking about Trump. But would not take backseat for a pedophile because then I would have to. You know what happens when you're vice president? I learned the hard way. My father was president, and the vice president became president. So if I was vice president, I'd be president really.
oh, now the volume just cut out.
That wasn't a threat.
Yeah, I didn't hear anything you said, which They messed with the whole audio and visual today. When
Yeah, they
we
don't want to see me get in trouble with my.
when we first started talking, they messed with our videos so bad, and there's so many that we haven't been able to record. They take them down. The censorship is real. They don't want the story out. They do not want people going to Dallas on the 22nd and 23rd. Hence the reason we have such poor quality today. So at least people are able to hear most of what you're saying. And, you've got some great supporters there. We're going to be sharing more throughout the next week about what's happening. So it's very exciting. And again, for those that can go, please go and support John, right?
And for all you wonderful, beautiful lions out there, we've been getting hit with a lot of hate,
Yeah.
a lot of threats, a lot of deception. That's because we're right over the target. Um, don't let it get to you.
Yeah.
Don't let it get to you at all. We got this. Just realize who they are and where they're coming from.
Yeah.
As far as we're trying to help the children, we're trying to do beautiful things for the future of this country, and they can't handle it. But
And,
you
and
can handle it. Be strong.
some of the haters are innocent. They're misinformed and they're just like, I don't understand, is this guy a liar? Okay, I get that. So what we're saying is watch the documentary, read the book, educate yourself. Watch the videos. There's a lot of them. Educate yourself and learn the story, okay? Learn how we've been
and
deceived, right?
and
But
realize, you know, I know I'm ill. I don't plan on living forever, but why would I even do this in the first fucking place? I couldn't make this crap up. I really couldn't.
yeah.
I've never been convicted of any crime. My record's clean. No convictions. Why is somebody like me even doing this? Um, it would be really stupid for me to be lying here, for me to get all these people involved. Um, yeah, if I'm lying to you, you'd be all stoning me to death. For Christ's sakes, I don't need
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
I got enough
yeah,
haters as it is, but
yeah,
I'm doing this because I love you guys. I love this
right.
country. I love what this country's all about. The only thing is, this country's been taken over by the criminals,
Yeah,
and our forefathers knew that could be done. They knew it. That's why they put, the Constitution together so we could do something about it. And it's time we did. It's
right,
it's you know, there's too many people pissed off about what's
right,
going on, and
right.
nobody's doing anything about it. So let's do something about it.
Let's do
Dallas on
something about it.
22nd.
Right. So one thing I want to say before we sign off, John, Quest for Justice is available now on John's website, the real J stop again. The real John F. Kennedy Jr.com. So this is right on the main screen as well as the book column tab. Okay. You can also get a signed copy. All right. So here's the deal with that. We're asking for a minimum of $20 donation. So please buy your signed copy if you want. It'll be shipped to you. And if you can make additional donations, that's greatly appreciated. We're asking, donations through Cash App, which is your handle is $1, the number one, Quiet Journey. Is that correct?
Yeah,
So,
it was poor boy John Jr. and I just stripped the stickers off of the trailer. I used the goof off, and it took me all day yesterday. So now we got to put quiet journeys all over that
yep,
trailer.
yep,
Um, but yeah, it's what you just said because I can't
yeah.
even remember it. Um,
$, the number one, Quiet Journey. That's the Cash App handle where you can make an additional donation. So again, we're trying to sell the signed copies now. We have them available, yay. So for those that want a collector's item, there you go. All right.
thank you,
I
thank you for that, and thank you, Lions, for all your help in
right.
so we can do this, so
Thank
we
you
can make
all for
things
your
happen.
support. And thank you, John, for being persistent. And again, now this is a really good first step going to Dallas, right? This is your first like public appearance, if we will. It's going to be like very special. And I asked for some people to take pictures if they are going, and please send them to me. Okay?
Yeah, we're gonna take video along the way. We'll try to do a live stream
Yeah.
from Dallas. Um, I had a TikTok account, and we wanted to go to Dallas, to the JFK Library, to Arlington, Virginia. I wanted to end up in Arlington, Virginia, and put my books on my father's grave.
Yeah.
And I really wanted to do this. I had a platform on TikTok. I was gaining. I figured I would have a place to say, okay, people, let's do
Yep.
this.
Yeah.
I didn't want to spend thousands and thousands of dollars doing something and have nobody show up.
Yeah.
So we had a following on TikTok. They removed my account the same day my son passed away. They didn't want me going to freaking Dallas. They didn't want me going to Arlington, Virginia. So they squashed my thing to get this story out. Well, here we are a year later,
Yep.
and we're doing it. We
Yep.
are doing
Yep.
it.
We
No,
are doing it.
no matter if I have to hitchhike, we're doing it.
Yeah.
And we got the platform on Facebook. I was kind of concerned because when I announced this, Facebook had blocked and banned. So that it's almost like they tried doing the same thing. Yesterday, I tried posting a video 4 times of the announcement, 4 times that we made the Dallas paper, and it kept saying I was blocked from sharing. Now, come on, people. Um, I'm begging you guys to share it. If I get banned, we're screwed. But there's still a way we can share it with other Lions, like Catherine and Brenda, or or any of these other
Right.
Lions. But
Right.
they 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 do things like that, and I get really concerned that we'll be doing this and not being able to get the truth out.
Right.
But
Right.
we're going to get it out. We are. We're doing
Truth
it.
is coming out. Truth is coming out. Well, I thank you so much for your time, John, and getting the story out again, for all the courage, bravery, trouble to go to Dallas, everything you've done to educate us. And, like, I appreciate those that are watching the video, because they're going to tell people, the story will spread. I think I said this so many times last year, at the grassroots level. All right, this is not going to come from anyone that's an influencer. It's going to be us regular people that are sharing the story. So exciting. So exciting. So thank you so much, John, for your time, and I wish you only the best for Dallas.
Thank you so much. I appreciate
Yeah.
the prayers
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Um, you guys on Facebook, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. We're all just a spoke on a wheel turning around for
Yep.
justice, for truth. And I love you guys. I really do. You're my new family. And I see how wonderful you guys are each and every day. Bless you. Uh, we do a video play every day until we leave. It
Yep.
says I have a slow connection now.
Yeah.
Go
Yep.
figure. But
Yep.
anyway, wonderful, wonderful day, people. God bless you all. Peace.
Thank you so much, John. Bye bye.